Wow. I love this. Right. So this is the first head of the metatarsal bone. You just come down from the metatarsal bone. You can find at the base of the first metatarsal bone there is a depression. The depression to be known as a spleen 4 Kung Sun point. Then again you just try to find out from here. This is the tip of the medial malleolus. You just come down to anterior region. You can find one more bone. So this bone to be known as a navicular bone. Now the K2 point is located. This is the spleen 4. One tune anterior to this K2 point, and then this is the anterior and then inferior to the navicular bone in the depression. The point to be known as a K2 point. That point to be known as a Rangu. Now we are talking about the K2 point, that is the Rangu point, right? Rangu point is treatable for the various condition of the kidney disorders. By the way, where exactly this point is located? In the depression, medial side of the ankle region, medial side of the ankle region, in the depression on the inferior border of the anterior and inferior border of the navicular bone, that to be known as a K2, that is the Rangu point is located. So how to identify this particular point? I think so, if the time permits, certainly we look into the practical orientation. That time we understand where this point is located. But however, do you know spleen 4? First find out the spleen 3. Where is the spleen 3? Then come to the spleen 4 at the base of the first metatarsal bone. This is the spleen, this is the point, spleen 3, the head of the metatarsal. Then you just come down. Come down, you can find the depression. In that depression, that to be known as at the base of the first metatarsal bone, that is the Kung Sun spleen 4. From there, one tune anterior to that point, that's called as a Rangu, where the medial cuneiform bone is there. That cuneiform bone region, this point is located. That point to be known as a K2 point. The importance of this point to be known as a, that is the grand sun point or the sedative point, depletion point to be known as a K2. Now K2 is the sun point, sedative point. Then where it energy goes? But it goes somewhere else. But this K2 belongs to the which point? Which element point? Fire point. Right. Wood is completed, then the fire point. The fire point, the fire organs are connected to the, which are the organs? Heart, pericardium. So therefore K2 is the fire point of the water, is connecting to the water point of the fire on the heart meridian. That to be known as a Chusa. That to be known as a Shaohai. Shaohai is the H3 and also the pericardium 3. So both are connecting by the kidney point. K2 once you applied, K2 is the deplete the energy of the kidney energy, that passing to the heart, and then is the pericardium. The pericardium to be known as a brain, the kidney, the heart to be known as a circulatory system. So therefore circulatory system and then the cardiac system, that means is the nervous system, together is taken care by the Rangu point. So therefore K2 is the equivalent point to the H3 and then P3. What is specific time can be treatable by activating this point? What is the organ clock timings of the heart? 11 to heart. Heart is 11 to 1:12 o'clock. What about the kidneys? Yes, 6 p.m. right? 6 p.m. having the good energy. So when we should apply this point? 6 p.m. is the right time to drain out the energy of the kidney, that passing to the heart and then pericardium. K2 कब लगाना है? कितने बजे लगाना है? शाम के 6 बजे लगाना है. सर मैं कहीं रहता हूँ, पेशेंट आता ही नहीं तो मैं कब लगाऊं? ठीक है. So K2 point, whenever he comes, you just apply. By the way, K2 अगर 6 बजे नहीं होता है शाम में, then equivalent timings you just try to find out. 12 noon. 12 noon having the more timings of the heart, but 12 night, midnight having the low energy in the heart. That's the reason heart attacks happen in the midnight. So therefore use the K2 point. Either you just apply the evening 6 o'clock or the midnight 12 o'clock is advisable. If both the timings are not applicable, any time you can apply that, having the medicinal properties to treat for the cardiac related disorders and also renal disorders. If the patient having the excessive edema on the feet region because of the hypertension, then definitely you can use the choice of the point to control the hypertension and to regulate the flow of the urination. The diuretic effect can be happen. At the same time, you can use the K2 for the cardiac related disorder and also for the renal related disorders. Together is advisable by using the K2 point. Now stepping into the K3 point, I just proceed for the super fast level as a Shatabdi Express, but as a bullet train. Shatabdi or bullet train? You wanted to practical, then I go as a bullet train. You don't want the practical, then I go as a passenger train. What is required? Wow. I love this. Right. So we'll proceed as a bullet train. Good. So then don't take it. It's everything is going on over your head. Don't say then. Okay. So that we have the another chance to look into that. Most of the people, I think you came, all of you. Yes. Jayashri, you came for the practical only, right? You will be the model today. You should lie down. Okay. Good. So let me see in the practical also, so that I'll try to complete as early as possible. Then I'll give you some more information in the practical orientation. But everybody is more blissful if you can understand. And also you have, all of you having the opportunity to insert to the living body. We don't have cadaver here. Okay. So pray for us. We'll keep the cadaver section also sometimes here. At least we can insert to understand about the layers and fascia and tendon, cartilage, muscles, and then deepest muscles, superficial muscles, and layer of the body in future. Right. Where I am? In the K2 point. Over or is it to K3? उसमें श्रावणों का सर भगाओ गाड़ी तुम्हें.